Hey guys, Guinea Pigs 1 here. So today is a brand new pet room tour. I haven't done one in a little while and there were changes since the last one. So right when you come down the stairs, now you will see that we have beautiful carpeting. So that was a big change. Before it was just the wooden stairs. So coming down the stairs here up on the ledge, I have some lawn ornament guinea pigs, needle felt guinea pigs, and my paw prints for the piggies of the past. There's Butterscotch Ripple, Strawberry Shortcake. We have Hobbs, Barnaby, Ernie. There's Grover, and there's Rugby. Those are something that's offered through my vet clinic by Peartree Impressions. I'll leave a link to their Facebook page. So in this little hallway here we have my air purifier. It is a Honeywell brand. It runs 24/7, filters out a lot of dust. And it's also nice to get some air circulating. It's a fan as well. Over here is our heater. It's a Honeywell heater. Right now, since it's summer, it doesn't have to come on at all, but it's there for once it starts to get cooler in the fall. I just have it turned on just in case it gets cool in here one night, so it's set at 20 degrees. But as of right now, as I said, it doesn't have to run. And that's for the skinny pigs. So coming up here is a child's little baby gate. And on the front I put grids, zip tied them all around because Seymour would still be able to fit his head through. And what a bunny can fit their head through, they'll squish their body through. So here we are. So let's give you a quick overview and then we'll do our cage tours. Okay, so starting off here on the left is where I have pellets. In here are Oxbow Cavi Essentials for the guinea pigs. I buy 25 pounds. And I store them in this, I think it's a Sterilite container. Up top here is a 5-pound bag of the adult food for rabbits. This is the Essentials line as well. That's obviously Seymour's. I have my 1/4 cup scoop to measure out for everybody. And in here are just some supplies, some critical care, my probiotics, garbage bags. That's their garbage there where I do the spot cleaning. Have some extra zip ties. This is my little cutting board that was from this morning for their veggies. All their veggies are housed. They're living in the fridge there. So our first cage here is Bullseye and Angus. I'll leave a link for where I got the name signs. And any shops I mention, links will all be down below as usual. This cage is a 3x5 CNC cage. Each of those grids is 14 inches long, so if you wanted to figure it out easily, 14 inches times 5, that's how long their cage is. So in here we have Bullseye. He will be 4 in September. Hi, bunny. And we have Angus. He was born this year in February. Those are both skinny pig males. They are housed on fleece. Everybody's on fleece. I have videos all about how to use fleece properly if you're interested. This is a gorgeous little Disney theme, the Tsum Tsum fleece. So in their cage they have 3 hanging toys that are from Zoey and Lilo's toy box. They have wooden fiddlesticks to run through or chew. And then obviously a whole pile of cozies to go in. And then this is a fleece forest that is from Zoey and Lilo's toy box as well. Our liners were from BudgetBunny. And anyway, all links to shops, as I said, will be down below so that I don't have to go over every single shop each time. This is a double pellet dish. I get asked a lot where these are from. I bought them from Bobby's Bunny Boutique. Every cage has 2 water bottles just in case one malfunctions, so there's no fighting over them, and just to ensure that everybody has enough water. I use the 16-ounce Living World plastic water bottles from Amazon. So the next cage we have here is Apple Dumpling and Huckleberry Pie. Their cage is a 3x4. Huckle's over there on the left. He's the silver agouti. He just turned a year old in June. Apple's on the right, the beautiful little Abby. She turned a year old in January, so she's about a year and a half right now. You'll notice these guys, they have a hay rack for storing their hay. The other cage just had a hay pile. They have the double dish that I have for everybody. The fiddlesticks. They also have a Timothy hay tunnel. And some toys from Zoey and Lilo's toy box as well. They are on a really pretty sea print. I absolutely love it. And then they have a really large 2x3 little fleece forest. I had to put a roof on both of these sections here to try to stop Bullseye from stressing out. He is a very high-strung pig and had to keep looking over here to see what these guys were doing, and it just was stressful for him. So now, with this big section here, he has calmed down. Hi, cutie babies. So going over here, that's attached to their cage, is Kelvin. Kelvin is my senior. He is 7 in September. I have a whole video on Kelvin if you want to know why he's in a bit smaller cage and why he doesn't have a buddy. I'll leave the link down below for that. So Kelvin's cage is always set up the same. Hi, baby. He has vet bed on this side under his bed that's super squishy. He has a couple chew toys here, his pellets, a chew toy in the corner, and even though his cage is smaller, he has 2 water bottles at either side of the cage, so it's easy to get at. And he also has a hay pile, so it's super easy to eat from as well. So down along Kelvin's cage, on either side we have stuff. So on this side we have our support tablets from Oxbow. Highly recommend joint support if you have any seniors. And vitamin C is an awesome thing to have on hand for guinea pigs if they're elderly, if they're little babies, if they're unwell for any reason. Over here are our meds that we use daily. We have Bullseye's Cisapride, and we have Medicam for Kelvin. This is the gas relief drops that I have. We don't use these daily, but they're just good to have on hand. And then going along down here, and then on this side I have my little lap pad. I just switch it out every once in a while. This is where I set the piggies on to give them a snuggle. And I also have our F&M foot cream from Gorgeous Guineas, our nail clippers, our nail file, coconut oil. This is our cage cleaning spray. It's just water and vinegar. Here are some medications that were antibiotics and antifungals that we're not presently using, but I'm just keeping around just in case. This was an antifungal cream that we were using for Apple at one point. And I have my flashlight. And yes, there's hay everywhere because whenever I put hay in Kelvin's cage, it just goes everywhere. So now Kelvin's cage kind of goes between the next cage. This is Nanook and Rhesus's cage. Rhesus, we're getting a nameplate for her to be coming in soon. Their cage is a 3x4 as well. So there's Nanook's the white piggy there on the left in Abyssinian. And there's little Rhesus that's orange and brown. Well, she'll come out hopefully in a second. There she is. She has maybe a bit of Sheltie in her. She has some long bum hair and a bit of long hair up by her ears. So these guys have a hay rack, the double dish, fiddlesticks, the Timothy tunnel. There's one of their hanging toys there. And then 2 more over here. And underneath here is where I put cuddle cups And they have a couch. That's kind of their little lounging area. There's Miss Reese there. Hi, pretty girl. And then up on their cages, I have a little humidity and temperature gauge just to know what's going on. Now over this way is, one section is Nanaimo and Rum Raisin's cage. Other section is Littlefoot and Butter Pecan. Both cages are 3x4s. So again, everybody has the 2 water bottles, the double dish for pellets, a hay rack. These ladies also had a hay pile. They were making an absolute mess today. So there's Rum Raisin down there. She is my piggy that only has one eye. And there's Nanaimo there. She's my piggy with the heart murmur. They have the little fleece forest like everybody else that gives them a little privacy. Currently they are testing out a liner from Guinea Dad. And they have their couple little treat toys there from Zoey and Lilo's toy box. So over here is Littlefoot and Butter Pecan. Butter Pecan is another spayed female, and Littlefoot is actually neutered. Hey babe. So they have some toys up here. They've really ate a lot off of that toy. Another toy there. They've got their little fleece forest hanging out here. Another chew toy. Their fiddlesticks. Their double dish. And their water bottles. So next part of the tour down here is underneath the cages. Those 2 Rubbermaid bins are 189 liter bins that have hay in them. Oxbow Timothy and Oxbow Orchard Grass. Those 2 bins have 1x2 liners and smaller pads. And then down here, well, everywhere down here is Seymour My Rabbit's free ranging area. This section's his little home base with his hay box, litter box, water dish, pellet dish. He's got a couple toys. He has this area underneath Kelvin's cage to lounge on some fleece. Back under there is just a little play area of a cardboard box, a bunch of toys, and a hay tunnel. And coming along here are 2 more of the large bins with fleece pads and 1x2 liners. And then underneath where the fridge is another play station. He's got seagrass mats, an IKEA bed with a grass mat, a box. Under this section is lots of paper to rip. He's got a box back there. This is a little boot stool from Walmart that I just attached a seagrass mat to. He's got a tunnel. There's Bumbud. He's chewing something in the corner. And of course he's got like a little array of toys hanging all around. So that is the tour of our room. So let's show you it going this way. That's the hall to go upstairs. And then in here is our laundry room. Okay, so in the laundry room I have this shelving unit that has detergents on it and some pig supplies. So this is our dish tub for bathing, or bathing. I don't want to get in trouble for saying that again. Our bottle brush. And this came with the bottle brush and I just curved it. This works great to get in around the top of the bottle. Have our cotton pads for wiping ladies' bums. Brita filter, Brita. We have our shampoos from Gorgeous Guineas. There's our syringe and a bowl for syringe feeding. We have our scale, and I also use a hair dryer. And then I always have some towels and such hanging out on here for doing the bathing of the guinea pigs. I always say bathing, but people get mad at me when I say that, so bathing. So also in the laundry room, here's where our fleece liners hang out. All up top here. This one shelf has some towels and vet bed and a couple of things that were sent to us. There's more liners. And then over here are our bins with cozies in them. They just hang out over there. And I have another baby gate here, obviously to keep Seymour out of there because that would be dangerous. And there's our dehumidifier and our sump pump. Okay, so just some closing thoughts. There are 2 windows down here that do let in some light. They are smaller because we are down in the basement. This is just a finished part of the house. It's nothing like a cellar or a creepy, damp, dark dungeon. It's a really nice finished basement. The 2 windows don't provide enough light, so I do keep on these lights all the time during the day so that the pigs have the natural feeling of what's daytime, what's nighttime, so obviously they get turned off at night. And another thing is we have vents that are all in this room, so I can open up those vents, turn on the internal house fan, and it will circulate all the air through this downstairs part. And I can also open the door, obviously, that's up the stairs here, and you get a nice good airflow going through. I have the air purifier, which I can turn on higher if I want to really flow air through. We have a dehumidifier that runs occasionally. It pushes air out and gets air moving around. It also contributes to giving off some heat. I do have the heater there, which in the summer doesn't have to come on. So the dehumidifier is kind of nice because it gives just a touch of warm air in here just to kind of keep it very comfortable for the pigs. And as I said, that's our little thermometer, so I can keep track of the humidity and the temperature to know that everything's okay down here. So yeah, I think that's about it, really. I'll see if I can get Bun Bun out. Bun Bun. Bun Bun. There we are. Hi, baby boy. Bun Bun's shedding right now. What were you chewing over there? Hey, babe. So this is Seymour. He's going to be 6 in January. He's a super sweet guy. And he is completely litter trained. So he has the run of the entire floor, can do whatever he likes. And he goes in his litter box for pee and poops. Because you're a good bunny, right? Except sometimes he likes to chew the fleece a bit, but I'm still going to keep the pads down there for him. It's a nice place for him to stretch out and lay. Look at all that fur coming out. Hey, baby. Ain't fun. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.